Hello, I welcome you to today's tutorial. Alright, quick one. Let's make a margarine and vegetable oil based vanilla cake. So I will measure my margarine. I'm to use 250 grams of margarine, but my margarine wasn't complete here, so I made use of 235 grams of margarine, which I'll use my vegetable oil to complete. Here is what I like to do. After measuring my flour, I do scoop out according to the measurement I am using. Here is 300 grams of flour I already measured and sieved properly. So I took out 2 tablespoons of flour out from my flour. So I'll be replacing it with 2 tablespoons of corn flour. Your corn flour helps your cake to come out more dense. So the next is to add my baking powder, which I made use of 1.5 teaspoon of my baking powder. Then you incorporate. Then the next thing is I measured my vegetable oil, which I measured 65 grams, together with my 235 grams of butter. That will make it 300 grams altogether. To begin with the procedure, we'll start first by creaming our margarine. I'm going to cream my margarine till it is pale in color a bit, not that much, and it is lighter in texture as well. That is before I start adding up other items like my vegetable oil and the rest of the ingredients. So let's get to that stage. Now our margarine is lighter in texture and in color as well and have added volume. So I added my vegetable oil. Now I will just incorporate a little, then go in with my sugar to start creaming with my sugar again. So this sugar will soften our butter the more, add in air to it and sweetness. The next is to add my 200 grams of sugar and continue the creaming process. I will cream till this sugar is totally dissolved. But the thing is, your sugar cannot be totally dissolved in your butter while you're creaming, except you want to over cream, which we don't want. So for you to know that your creaming process with your sugar and your butter is ready is when your sugar and butter have become so creamy. You know, when something is creamy, you know what cream is. When something is creamy, you will know. And at that stage, your sugar is dissolved, but to an extent, not that totally dissolved. When you touch your mixture, you will feel little, just a little of your sugar grain, and your butter is very creamy in your palm. When you look at your butter in your bowl, and when you try to use a spatula on it, you see how creamy it is. It looks like something you're going to spread in your bread or on your cake. So that's when you know that this mixture is ready and you are ready to start adding other items that is ready to come in. Eggshells cracking like a beat drop cue. The kitchen's a stage, the star is you. Whisk it, let it fly. Dreams are baking, watch them rise. Glowing, glowing, glowing cakes. Sprinkle life with sweet escapes. Everybody magic place. Glowing, glowing, glowing cakes. And I'm done with the creaming process, so I went in with the flavors. I used the milk zest, vanilla and almond flavor. Each was half teaspoon, so I will just incorporate it. I will just cream a little. I'm not creaming, I'm just mixing it a little. Then I will go in with the egg. This egg now is what I'm going to be using to also incorporate our flour into our creamed butter and sugar. So the flour will be coming in. Immediately I add in my egg. Meanwhile, don't make this mistake when you're working with large quantity of egg. I am doing this because it's just me that is going to consume this cake. In fact, I'm just taking the risk. Sometimes you might have spoiled egg in the midst of your eggs. So while breaking your egg, have a separate bowl where you break in the egg and be sure it is good egg before you pour it direct into your mixture. Then you go in again. Now I'll add in the remaining 2 pieces of egg. So the total amount of eggs I used for this recipe was 5 pieces. Do not worry, I am going to be leaving the list of ingredients and their measurements in my description bar. So if you need to see it, just go to the description bar and you will get it there. At this point, I will stop with my mixer and go in with my spatula and finish up the remaining mixing, because I don't want to over mix my batter. If I continue using my mixer, I might over mix my batter. So now I will do the remaining with my spatula, and my liquid milk will be my liquid to help me incorporate the remaining flour in my bowl. And as simple as that, you are done with your cake preparation. You're done with your cake mixing. If you have any question in this video, don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section. Okay, so even before I start measuring and mixing my batter, I do make sure that my cake pans are ready, or I already aligned it with parchment paper. So, and before I start scooping in my batter into my baking pan, I go out and turn on the oven and preheat it, then come back and scoop in my batter into my baking pan. After some seconds, my oven should be ready. Then we slot in our cakes and bake. And here is how beautiful our cake came out. Thank you for watching to this extent. Don't forget to leave me a kind comment, like this video, share, and stay tuned to this channel for more amazing videos. Thank you. Bye. This cake is everything. Very yummy and soft.